Hello, my name is Isabel, and today I will be talking about exit exams. They are requirements for you or anyone to graduate from high school in most states, but according to the Institution of Education, Science articles, The Impact of Exit Exams, Performance on High School and Post-Secondary Outcomes 2006. It talks about how a lot of people disagree on having to take exit exams or even having exit exams taken in these states. And in how it's harming students instead of doing them any other good. Especially the students who aren't good at taking tests or aren't good test takers or get nervous and just freeze up when taking exams. For example, like standardized tests, there are students who just freeze up and don't know what to do, and they sit there and look at the tests for a good 5-10 minutes and don't know where to start. Critiques are arguing on having exit exams. Critics are arguing that exit exams are lowering graduation rates. For example, that is denying people to get their diplomas on time and graduate just because they simply didn't pass an exit exam or simply just couldn't get through it. But these students fit every other requirement for them to graduate, just they failed or they didn't complete and do very well on the exit exam. These exit exams are frustrating a lot of students, teachers, and even parents because so much of these tests are determining a student's future and what their next steps in life are, whether they go to college or they get a job or whatever they do. It is harming a lot of other students. It is harming a lot of the students in their next step in the future. The cost of exit exams have a higher probability of giving students a higher stress and anxiety level. It will mainly affect the students that are not good test takers or just have a lack of resources in their life. According to Harvard University, what impact have high school exit exams had in Massachusetts 2024? It talks about how voters were going to be able to decide that in November, the state should abolish high school exit exams for both math and English. Massachusetts is one of the few states that requires students to pass general compensity tests. This gives unfairly a huge disadvantage to low-income students that could lead to high dropout rates. Because there are some low-income students who do not have the right resources for them to get all their information and have all of this. There are some low-income students who just don't always have the best life or have some disadvantages to getting what they need during school hours, or sometimes they just have a hard time getting some stuff done because they don't always have the right resources. Like I stated, they might have a lack of resources. You never know what anyone is going through. This could also have an effect on the student's mental health to do with the fact that some students already struggle with anxiety and test takings. This will most likely experience a lot of stress when having to take high-stake exams. Overall, I believe that while exit exams are good and encourage students to do their best in their academics and take it very, very serious, I still think that they should also think about students who aren't good test takers, have very high anxiety, and just have a lack of resources in their life. And that we should take this in mind, and that we should be making sure that we are giving each and every student a fair chance at getting their education and their diploma on time. And that students are getting enough support from everyone, including teachers, and that everyone should be making sure that their students are okay and that they feel comfortable while taking tests no matter what. I also believe that yes, some exit exams might be okay to take. Maybe it depends. There are some exit exams that I would agree with. Yes, sometimes there are some students who just don't like to pay attention, and maybe should be denied the they should be denied to graduate on time with their diplomas. Maybe they should stay back and maybe try again because they weren't trying hard enough. But I still believe that everyone should be treated with a fair chance.